women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a healthy and active lifestyle. I know this because I used to. um, Everything went to hell. Gosh, I guess it's been 10 months of this being just crazy. But they put me on a medication last spring that my body absolutely did not like at all. I, Honestly, it wasn't just my body. It that stuff screwed me up, y'all. It really did a number on me emotionally too. But yeah, anyway, I didn't sleep. I way overdid things yesterday. I felt a little bit better. I didn't feel good, but I felt a little better. So I tried to do all the things. Well, guess what? I can't do all the things. And I finally sat down. All day I kept telling myself, you're going to overdo. You're going to overdo. I'll just finish this one thing. I'll just finish this one thing. Well, I finally sat down and my legs hurt so bad. And this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but my legs hurt so bad. I actually started crying. I was like, oh shit, I did it now. So in my brilliance yesterday, I ended up with 2 whopping hours of sleep last night. And I was laying there. It was probably about 3 o'clock this morning. And here's the thing. Now, obviously, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, when I'm laying there in the middle of the night and the pain it's just about overwhelming. My anxiety goes through the gosh damn roof. I mean, pooh, so fast, so high. Well, then there's no way in hell I'm going to get any sleep. And I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I remembered a couple of years ago, I was doing a meditation, and the guy said something about you need to stop fighting the pain and just accept it. Now, I remember I had forgotten about that, frankly, but once it popped into my head, I remember vividly when I heard him say that. I was in the middle of a meditation and my eyes flew open. I got really pissed. I was like, what the hell are you even talking about? How do you do that? But I thought about it in the middle of the night, and just having the thought of, I need to take control here, and I need to stop fighting this, because fighting, of course, think about it, fighting, you're more agitated, right? So of course it's just going to make it all worse. I'll tell you, it's a tough sell when you're laying there in the thick of it. But I did feel a difference, and I didn't do a whole lot. I just really recognized that I needed to stop fighting it, and I could literally feel a difference. And that reminded me how very important meditation is, especially for people dealing with health issues. So let's talk about it. This information is from the Mayo Clinic and Psychology Today. Excuse me. There's emotional benefits to meditation. It can help you solve a problem. If there's something you're really struggling with, sit down, turn off your phone, set a timer, just slowly breathe and think about it. You might find a really creative solution to something you've been struggling with. It can help control stress. Well, if you've got health issues, you've got stress. They go hand in hand. There's no way around that. This stuff is difficult to deal with. Meditation can increase your self-awareness. Well, sure, I'm pretty good at dealing with my anxiety on a day-to-day basis. It's the night anxiety that gets me, or maybe the early morning, I guess, depending on your perspective. But if I can learn how to be self-aware enough to catch that before it gets out of control, it's going to make a huge impact on my quality of sleep and on my pain levels. It teaches us focus. If you got health issues, you know damn well you need help with focus, because your brain is just everywhere but where it needs to be quite often. Oh, that's frankly true for most of the population these days. We are such a short attention span society, and I'm right up in there. I'll own that all day. Meditation helps us deal with unpleasant emotions. Look, anger, grief, regret, they're all important. They're all important things to feel. But it's so easy to get hung up on them. Meditation is going to help you process that stuff and help you work through things. Side note, it's not a replacement for therapy, and I'm not at all trying to insinuate that it is. I'm just saying it's an amazing home tool that you can use to help yourself a little bit. Meditation increases our creativity, our imagination, our patience, our tolerance. Frankly, I think that we should be teaching kids to meditate in school. I really, truly do. There's physical benefits to meditation. Research is ongoing, but it's been proven that meditation has a positive impact on, this is by all means not a comprehensive list, anxiety, asthma, cancer, chronic pain, depression, heart disease, high blood pressure, sleep problems, and tension headaches. Well, out of that list, let's see, I've got anxiety, chronic pain, depression, sleep problems, and tension headaches. So yeah, I really need to be meditating. And I do, I'll be honest, I dabble with it. I don't do it as regularly as I should, but I am getting, it's just something that's so easy to let go of, you know? Anyway, so what is it? What the hell is it? Well, according to the Mayo Clinic, meditation is considered to be a type of mind body complementary medicine. So this is free medical treatment for yourself, essentially, per the Mayo Clinic, not me. it's it's just learning how to focus on the present moment. That sounds so easy, doesn't it? And it is, but it's also really difficult. So how do you do it? Well, there's a ton of different types of meditation out there. Play around, find something that works for you. Just because something works for me doesn't mean it's going to help you at all. But experiment, try different things. Prayer is one of the most widely practiced forms of meditation. There's guided meditations. I used to do a lot of guided meditations, and that's you sit down and you put on a track and you deep breathe. I always close my eyes. You do some deep breathing. In fact, the meditations I'm doing right now are guided. They're Christian based, but they are guided. Anyway, um, you get comfortable, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and you listen to somebody and they take you on some type of journey. And you just try to stay as focused on that as you can and not let your distracting thoughts get you too derailed. Um, there's mantra meditations. Brendan Burchard does one, he calls it the release meditation. He sits down, he turns off his phone, he sets a timer, and he just does nice, slow, deep breathing and tells himself, release, as he exhales. Look, I know this all sounds really simple, but I'm telling you, this is a really powerful tool that can make a huge difference for you. Mindful meditation, such as just simply sitting in a quiet room and focusing on your breathing. There's Qigong and Tai Chi, so kind of moving meditations, part of Chinese medicine. It's been around for thousands of years. You might want to check that stuff out. There's probably something to it, don't you think? Yoga is a form of moving meditation. The thing about yoga, you've got to be present when you're doing yoga, because when you're on one leg and you're completely twisted around and your arms over your head, you got to be focused on the present moment. You're going to fall right on your ass. There's body scans. I have a love-hate relationship with body scan meditations. But you simply, it's just what it sounds like. You mentally start scanning your body from the top down, and wherever you find tension, you focus. You don't focus on it like, oh my God, that's tension. You focus on it more from a curious perspective. And I know this sounds crazy. I'm telling you, it helps. Think about breathing. Like for me, it's my shoulders quite often. So when I do a body scan meditation, I think about breathing into my shoulders. And I know that sounds crazy, but you should give it a try. I bet you'll be amazed. Is it a huge tension relief? Of course not. But you should feel something pretty quickly. I always feel it right away, honestly. Walking meditations. Turn off your music, which, by the way, if you're listening to music when you're outside walking or running, be really careful. You have got to be aware of your surroundings. You need to know what's going on around you so that no one can blindside you with anything. But just go outside. Pay close attention. You want to be present? What are you seeing? What are you smelling? What are you hearing? What are the colors like? What does the air feel like on your skin? Is it windy? Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is the sun warming you? Focus on every single detail that you can. That is going to make you very present and mindful. And it's so good for us. I just had that thought. Y'all know they said that some people don't have an internal dialogue. That is fascinating, horrifying, and I'm also really jealous. I mean, horrifying because what the hell goes on in there all day? But I'm jealous because, man, that must be peaceful. That must be so nice and quiet. That would be kind of awesome. But how do you meditate? Don't overthink it. There's really, truly not any specific right or wrong way. If you're practicing, if you're working on it, you're doing it right. When you feel those unwanted thoughts come across your mind, that's funny. I have a tendency to get really irritated when my mind wanders, which of course defeats the purpose of meditation. But I just do. That's my personality. Damn it, I need to focus. I always laugh at myself. But when your mind wanders, and it will, don't follow those thoughts down a rabbit hole. Just notice and go, oh, okay, and refocus on whatever form of meditation you're doing. It really is just that simple. And also that complicated. Anyway, y'all, I am so freaking tired. I'm really proud of myself. Not only did I make it, but I wasn't very late because as of 10:30, I'm still in the bathtub. So, and I didn't even know what the hell I was going to talk about today. Fortunately, I have old notes from when I used to live stream regularly. So I pulled those up and used that as a cheat sheet. But I'm proud of myself for making it. And I'm not going to lie, I really thought it's like, yeah, I don't want to put on my face. I just want to go back to bed. But it's important for me to show up for myself. This is going to sound weird, but I don't really do these videos for anybody but me. If other people watch them, that is fantastic. If you learn something and you get something out of it, that's even better. But at the end of the day, these are kind of for me and to process the shit that I'm dealing with and how I'm trying to work through it. Anyway, that is all I have. I hope you all have a great day. I don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow because I really want to start going to church. And I know how this is going to sound to most people, but I have 2 health conditions that are impacted by the cold. I'm like 120 miles from the freaking Arctic Circle. It's really hard for me to want to now. I actually thought about this last week when I ended up skipping church. And I thought, feeling like I feel when I've gone to church in Texas today. Well, absolutely. And I'll tell you what the difference is. I don't have to walk out of my church in Texas and get into a cold car and shiver all the way home. Plus, I have a really good, I know I can find one here. I'm aware of that, so don't even come at me with that. I know it will happen. But I do have an established church family down there. I know when I walk through the doors feeling horrible that I'm going to be lifted up, I'm going to be loved, and I'm going to be supported. Will that happen here? Yes, of course, eventually. I'm not ready to, I just don't want to get in a damn cold car. I don't have a lot of quality of life here in the winter. I just don't. I have such a deep, visceral hatred of the cold and how it makes my body feel. Anyway, I'm rambling. Shocker. I don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow. It'll either be 11 or 12, depending on if I go to church. So I guess it'll be a surprise. I hope you'll have a great afternoon.